There you go. So I hope you guys can see me now. Actually using my phone just to make certain that everything is being shared correctly. So we're going to see there. I am Diego Lizarazo, developer relations engineer here at Project Liberty slash Frequency. And today I'm going to kind of like do a little bit of emceeing this call for the month. So the Frequency Community Call. So today actually is kind of like almost like the last call that we're going to have with this format. And next month we're going to have a little bit of a change. So that's something that I'm going to share perhaps at the end of the call with the community call, like with the community updates. But since we just have enough people, I think we should get it started. So let me see. This is the agenda for today. So we're going to start with releases. We're going to kind of provide updates, like you see, provider application context, Ethereum compatibility, token bridging. And then I think at least for today, we're going to have a little bit more of community updates, especially because we're going to be participating next week in an event in the Korea Blockchain Week. So I'm going to be sharing a few links in the chat, and I'm going to share also well my screen, hopefully my browser, so you guys can get an idea of what is it that we're going to be doing. But I think in the meantime, I'm going to kind of get started with our updates. So I think the important thing here is let's get it started a little bit with the provider application context. So I think we need, if you are kind of like connected, that would be kind of like a great thing for you to kind of jump in and give us a quick update of what you and the rest of the team have been working on. Also, if you want to share your screen and have any demo or anything that you would like to share, and this goes for all panelists, yes, please go ahead and take the lead and share your screen.
Yeah, I don't have much as a screen to share. I would just quickly talk through some points. So good afternoon, everyone. This week we wrapped up some of the work around provider context, and we have a PR which is supposed to go this week and probably will be available in frequency 1.17.5. What are some of the work that has been done under that provider context umbrella is currently providers are registered using just the name. We have expanded that payload to also include a default logo, a list or a map of localized names, and a map of localized logo CIDs. Which forms kind of a minimal profile that can be specified in the updated provider registration mechanism. What do we mean by localized in terms of localized names and localized logo CIDs is that it's a locale which is BCP 47 compliant like ENUS or ENUK. That some of the extrinsics that's got updated are creating the provider via governance and creating the proposal to create provider. We have released version 2 of those. We will be releasing version 2 of those extrinsics, while the legacy version 1 are marked deprecated and will probably be removed down the road. We have also introduced a way to update provider context, means that the minimal profile that I mentioned just now can be updated by the provider if they are updating the name or logos, and this action goes through governance as well. So there is an extrinsic introduced to update the provider profile. Here in this work, we are also introducing a concept of applications. Many providers, like say, for example, Match Group, these are the providers who have an umbrella company and pretty much have a range of applications that they provide. So now moving forward, providers will be able to register applications which have a similar payload structure as provider profile, just to keep a one-on-one mapping. Applications are created by the providers, which include default name, default application name, default logo, and again, localized names or localized logo CIDs for those applications. Providers can also update the application. They can update names, logos, and there are extrinsics that are created for the same. Another thing is the CID that I'm talking about. These logos are computed from the logo using SHA-256 hash of the logo bytes and then computing CID version 1, which is what is passed to the chain. And on chain, once this provider profile or provider application has been approved by governance and they are on chain, providers can go and use another extrinsic that is introduced called upload logo. So for a given CID, you can send the PNG logo bytes. For that CID on the chain, we do a double check by recomputing CID and it should match the approved CIDs for either the application or the provider profile. Finally, this should be available in version 1.17.5, and that's pretty much it. All the applications are connected to the same provider, so there's no concept of a different provider for different application. If provider needs that kind of situation, they can create a new provider and register a separate application for that. Also, the distribution of capacity between application is not the scope of this work. This is just creating the profiles for now. That's all the work that went in provider context. Any questions?
Well, I don't see any questions in the chat, but I sincerely appreciate the update. That's quite comprehensive. And of course, next month, Puneet, if you have anything else to share with us, that is really great. But for the moment, let's move on to Ethereum compatibility. I think Aramik was in also the call. So if you have anything to share with us, please, by all means, go ahead.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, there's no major updates. I mean, the last time I think we talked about we were looking into two potential options, Epico or Palette Revive, and did some analysis on each of them. And I think our CTO is probably going to make a decision which way we're gonna go. The TLDR is Epico would be faster to gain compatibility, but the compatibility wouldn't be as significant as Palette Revive. Palette Revive would need more work, but in the other hand, you would get compatibility with different block explorers, with different bridges or exchanges or anything in future if we want to do any integrations with. Yeah, that's what I can tell you right now. I wish I had more updates, but this is where we are.
No, that's great. I mean, not every single month we're going to have a massive update in any of these different items that we're covering. And I think even like the next one that is token bridging, Andy has also kind of like a short update for the month. But of course, we want to kind of like have everyone that attends the community or that checks the recording of the community calls like an idea of what's happening. So, Andy, if you are kind of like right now connected, please tell us a little bit more about token bridging.
Sure. Thank you, Diego. Token bridging is still moving forward. We're continuing running tests as well as doing an internal audit. And yeah, we're hoping to bring this to sell testnet sometime the end of the month. So yeah, keep tuned for more updates. Good.
Well, that's really good. Also, since I'm already looking forward for the next month, a community call. Anyone that wants to kind of like learn more about this, of course, at every community call, we do have at the end open questions. But if you want to submit like via Discord or like directly on the YouTube channel when we publish the video, if you want to submit any questions, if you want to kind of like have any topic of conversation, you're welcome to kind of like do that. But right now I'm going to kind of like move to community updates. So starting with the metrics. So I think to do that, I have to go to my browser. so we can check directly the metrics. So you can see here the number of activations. I would really kind of like sincerely love to see this growing much faster, and I think that's why we're all here to try to work even like a um, to make everyone know about frequency and to see the user activations, graph activations, and of course all the activity like grow. So, but you guys can of course go to metrics frequency.xyz and check them at any given time. So that given, I think. The next one is going to be gateway releases. So this is kind of like something that I think Shannon, although she was having a little bit of like some issues connecting today, but Shannon, if you're connected right now, if you can give us a little bit of an update on what is going on in the gateway world.
Right, thank you. So, for Gateway and the Sign In with Frequency project, which is we kind of bundle those together for our work efforts. This summer, we have focused on developer quality of life and technical debt issues in our backlog. So, we have completed tasks that added and improved security. We've added load tests. We've added and improved our documentation. Including recently, we just added a sequence diagram for tracing the V3 content publishing endpoint, which is new for batch publishing, to help people understand that like the process, like how the data flows through one of our microservices and to IPFS and to the frequency chain. And improvements to additions and improvements to logging, including I think I mentioned this last time, but Prometheus metrics and additional configurable logging options. So in addition to that, we recently upgraded from version 10 of Nest.js to version 11, and we continue to have some work on a mock sign-in with frequency service, which will help developers build a seamless Web3 single sign-on solution using frequency via our SW, it's sign-in with frequency or SIWF dev kit. Thanks.
That's great. Thank you very much, Shannon. So, looking forward to any updates next month. And yeah, like I said before, if you have any kind of like questions, anyone attending this call, like please let us know. But right now, I'm actually going to try to exit the slides for a second to be able to talk about Korea Blockchain Week. And it's because I have here already open on my browser a couple of links to share. So. For anyone that doesn't know, like next week, September 22nd to 28th, we're going to be attending the Korea Blockchain Week event. So we're going to be present in the main event, as you can see, and we're going to kind of like be going around. So if you see anyone from the team, including myself, please come say hi. But kind of like one of the most important things is that during the 24th, we're going to have this called the Frequency House. So it's a side event where you're going to have the opportunity to interact with the frequency team. A lot of people in the um, Project Liberty project. And like you are going to be able to kind of be part of that. So in a second, I'm going to kind of copy paste in the chat the links for you to participate. You have like three different ones. One is for the Builders Breakfast. So that's in the morning of September 24th in Seoul, in the Seoul Brewery. I am going to be making a presentation that right now I'm pretty much just kind of like calling it like getting to know frequency, architecture, and resources overview. So I'm going to, if you have not, if you're a developer and you have not tried frequency, this is kind of like the talk for you. So we're going to have, of course, breakfast, and I'm going to be kind of like showing you some of the demos that we have already created for frequency. So you can go check the presentation and kind of go around like the brewery, if I'm not mistaken, is something like 5 different levels. So we're also going to be recording live the Making Waves podcast. So if you want to kind of like check it like live, you can go. And besides that, so I'm going to go tab by tab. We are also going to have several tech talks and live recordings that I already mentioned. So you have it here like in the location too in Seoul. That's I think is 10 minutes away from the main event venue that you have here in the Walker Hill Hotels and Resorts. The last link that I'm going to be sharing is going to be the uh, Frequency and Friends happy hour. So that's a little bit more towards the end of the day. So this is more like a social thing. It's going to be kind of like well, getting to know everyone in the team and just kind of like, well, saying hello. So now that I did mention, so let me actually copy paste all the links. So if you are by any chance next week in Korea, you have the chance to um, well, to come with us. And I see that Denise is raising her hand. So please, by all means, Denise, what do you have for us?
Just I'm curious, do you know who from the Frequency and Project Liberty team are going to be attending?
Great question. That's something that I should have kind of like covered from the beginning. So I appreciate that you kind of like do that and help me in seeing this. So yes. So especially in the developer breakfast, we're going to have also Braxton kind of like having there, and the day after, so on the 25th, he's also going to be kind of talking there. Sheila is also going to be kind of like attending. And then we're going to have a lot of people from the product and the marketing teams that are going to be especially taking care of all the making waves, live recordings. So if you guys want to kind of like come talk with me, talk with Braxton, talk with Sheila, like we're going to have like different opportunities there during the day for you to kind of like have that, especially this is a little bit more me. If you have a project that is considering using frequency, if you are kind of like already working in any kind of like app that you want to kind of like share with us, I sincerely would recommend you to come and talk with us. You know, it could be at any given time during the day, but especially during the frequency, like the builders breakfast, we're going to have a lot of time there for you to kind of like come around and talk with us. So, yep. Um, and then, well, I think you can just go back here to this and go back to the slideshow. Yep, there you go. Oh, well, then last thing that I should have added in community updates is mostly around the same call. We are going to change the format of the frequency community call during October. So we are going to have Braxton as a guest. So we're going to kind of like bring more people from the community and from the different teams, the technical teams, to talk with you and to kind of like share some of the work that we're kind of like doing. So we're going to change on Discord the link. So next month you can share, but it's still here's the date for that community call on October 16th. And we're also kind of like making it a little bit more dynamic. So we're going to share a little bit more about what we're doing. And hopefully we're going to also have a little bit more of like technical content. And I'm talking about like literally start building with you and kind of like showing like different parts of our documentation, a lot of the good work that our engineers are kind of like doing. So really, I think I want to make this a space, a place where all that work kind of like shines and is highlighted. I think sometimes we have not done a good job on terms of like showing all that to you. So we're going to kind of like shake things up and see how it goes. Of course, this is a little bit of an experiment and we are going to look for your feedback. So if you guys like the new format next month, please let us know. Or if you want to kind of like have different content, if you want to have different type of like talks, that also is going to be quite welcome. Apart from that, that kind of like ends a little bit my scripted part of the call for today. So we have open questions, and if you have anything that you want to share, please raise your hand. You can or use the chat, and we could have a conversation. And that goes for any of the panelists or any of the attendants. Here, I'm going to share in the links. messaging is popping up.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Is there any presentation from our team on that Korea Blockchain Week, or
Right.
you don't
Well,
know yet?
pretty much kind of like the presentation is going to be my presentation that is going to be in the morning of the 24th. So that is going to be kind of like covering a little bit the basics of frequency and especially going through a lot of the resources like the social app template. That's one of the things that I'm going to be covering during that presentation. But if you have kind of like time to create anything that you want to share during the day, I sincerely would welcome it. And I would kind of like set up the time to kind of like share with everyone else. So absolutely. The rest of the day, it's going to be mostly several like panels that we have, technical panels that we're going to have, especially in the afternoon, and all of that is going to be recorded. And when we edit it, because well, it's going to be almost like 12 hours of recording, so we have to edit it, make it a little bit more digestible. Then we should be able to also share that directly on the podcast on Making Waves, but also on the YouTube channel. Now
Cool,
that
sounds good. Thank you.
yeah, not a problem. Thank you, Armik. And one thing that I also kind of like forgot perhaps to mention about next month to look forward is that we're going to kind of like do it multi-channel, so it's not really going to be here in Zoom. But you're going to be able to connect using YouTube Live and as far as I kind of like was told, also Discord, which I always kind of like have found like mixed feelings in terms of the video calls. So we will see how that works. But the entire point is that we want to make it a little bit more interactive and reach out more people. So then that's why we're kind of like trying to use different channels so everyone can connect and share. The cool thing is that we should be able to also to check your questions directly on the chats for the call on Discord and for the call on YouTube, and it's going to be streamed at the same time. So I hope that kind of like helps there. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't see any other additional questions. Or any other comments? Thank you, Puneet, for sharing the link on the chat. I see that you share for the PR for the provider context work. So that's really great. And I perhaps, yeah, we had a little bit of a shorter call this month. And like I said, next month we're going to, yeah, change the format, have more people, have more exciting news, and also, of course, I'm going to be sharing a little bit of a personal summary of what was going on, well, next week during the Korea Blockchain Week. So if that was it, I would love to kind of like wish you a happy week and hope that you guys connect next month. Bye, everyone.